Mm-hmm. And yes, it is. Think of that. That's your cousin's kid. You're a kid of a cousin. Your cousin also had a kid. Your second cousins. That's way too close.
What happened?
I was
What happened
just
with cousin?
I was answering the
Oh, Rudy
comment. Who
who
married
married
his
his cousin.
second cousin? Mm-hmm. It
Yeah.
is. It is
I have no idea.
But
genealogically too close.
you can't. We shouldn't rope our personal feelings about Rudy into
Right.
the act that Rudy did. Because, like, remember, he's a
I
disgusting
was
man,
not. Yes.
right? He did the thing with who's that comedian? But he went on the show and it was during taping, and he basically was trying to get it on with the underage daughter, and they caught him with his pants undone, right?
Uh-huh.
He's a disgusting man.
He's a just.
But
Mhm.
there's
Got
enough
to put
criminal
all of
stuff to
that
get him on, I
aside and
think.
look at the crime that we are examining right now.
Yeah, but we'll see what they do with these guys.
Oh, it will be a
I
character
want
assassination. We all know that. It's always.
oh yeah, there'll be character assassinations all over the place. What I do fear is the whole situation with Georgia, with protecting witnesses, because it's going to roll up. Okay, if Georgia
Yeah.
doesn't show an ability to protect witnesses and jurors, then I would anticipate just human behavior at the federal level. You're going to start dealing with some issues with people being afraid to continue to testify, right?
Yep.
Especially if one of these people get touched. So it's a sad thing. And then people are like, well, they should go get Trump and lock him up for what these people are doing. Like the man, I don't know, Marlon, I don't want to step on your toes. So the guy and the lady, right, that did the terroristic threats. But that's still, you can't blame it on Trump. Like, we know it's because of Trump, but you can't blame him.
No, not directly. Everybody is responsible for their own actions. It is still
Yep.
under his influence.
Because he's not saying go get these people.
Right. And it's a lot of other
So
people who are stupidly putting up names that are found all over. They're very common names, and not all of the addresses posted were correct. Not all of the photographs posted, I believe, were correct.
yeah, but terrorists don't care about that.
But they don't
And see,
care.
that's one of the things I need the media to start to do on all levels of media, independent and the corrupt systems that we have. Call it for what it is. These are terrorists. These are
Mhm.
literal terrorists. When you go and comb through the legal document to find the names of the jurors and then start to release them on your talking chats and websites and things like that with messaging wanting to harm these people,
You are inflicting
that's a
terror.
terrorist.
All right,
Mhm.
hold that thought because we got 10 minutes, and just in case anybody don't understand what's going on, take a look.
A group of Trump supporters have posted the names and addresses of Georgia grand jurors online.
A fringe website that often features violent rhetoric listed the names of the grand jurors that indicted Donald Trump and 18 of his co-defendants on state racketeering charges this week.
NBC News has decided not to name the website featuring the addresses to avoid further spreading that information.
The addresses were discovered by the nonpartisan research group Advanced Democracy, which was founded by former FBI investigator and Senate Intelligence Committee staffer Daniel Jones.
The grand jurors have come under attack in the days since Trump's indictment, which is the fourth criminal indictment brought against the former president.
And in the court documents, the names of all the jurors were made public, but not their addresses. Now their addresses are out there as well.
I want to make an apology that I know that I'm not being engaged because I did. I'm not, just be realistic. I did miss a lot of things that Theas, as Anna was talking about, because I was monitoring the comments. at the same time of listening to it. So far, I figured out that Rudy really likes his family. Very, very strange, sort of,
Well, just one member of the family.
or just too close of a yuck, man. Just yuck. I'm sorry. I'm not playing yuck. Somebody said in the comment, I'm not even gonna try to look it up, but yeah, you married your cousin's child. Ew. I mean, seriously, ew. Now, let's talk about this right here, because I had to get rid of somebody who had a strange fixation about her uterus. I have no idea what the hell was going on with that. Anna, don't even worry about it. I put her in timeout. If she comes back, knock yourself out. But it was something about Trump Jr. and her uterus and sniffing uterus. I don't know what the hell was going on. But my point is, okay. But I know I wasn't paying attention, but now I did pay attention to one part that Theus and Anna was talking about is this is a terrorist organization. Mm-hmm. The attack on the Capitol was a terrorist attack. You see how far they are willing to let somebody take control of their power simply because they agree with your racism, your bigotry, your hatred of everyone that you deem lesser, to the point where you can't even come up with policies and procedures to make yourself look better or feel better. No, you just figure, nope, we're going to go straight to threats and intimidation, because that's all you know. That's all you, honestly, that's all you really know. You don't.
And it's what they've always done.
Let's go attack them. Let's go scare them.
And it's always what they've done. I mean, people hate when I go here, but just look at American history. The same ideology and the same ethnic grouping, the same gender alignment that is doing what's doing now, they use the same tactics and behaviors in the 60s, the same tactics and behaviors in the 20s, the same tactics and behaviors at the end of slavery. It's the same thing. So on one hand, there is, like you said, like an organizing sense to this, right? There's like almost like as they used to say, Y'all Qaeda, right? You had the foot soldiers, which is Proud Boys and all them that's going to jail. You had the political strata. That's what these people in the House of Representatives right now doing the stuff that they do. You had the legal aspect. That's your Rudy Giuliani's and your Powells and the other lawyers who are constantly getting in this mess. So that's literally like Al Qaeda. Like, you're operating on every level. Part of what you do looks legitimate, and then to back up that appearance of legitimacy, you have a very motivated, violent system ready to kick in to enforce what you want. Right? They like to keep leaping backwards and looking and saying this is like Hitler and fascism, because it's easier to do that because people in America aren't very well educated on much. So you say Hitler, we all know who Hitler is, right? Yeah. But Al Qaeda is a little harder because Al Qaeda speaks to the othering, and for the last 20 plus years, it's been an othering for Al Qaeda, not recognizing, no, we're looking at behaviors and structures, and these people are emulating those same behaviors and structures, and they're continuing a very clear path of just terroristic acts going back to the founding of this country. So what we're up against on one hand is a Trump and a Trump acolyte problem. What we are also dealing with is a part of the very nature of our citizenship, a very nature of our society, a part of our country that we have glimpsed at but never truly dealt with. And that's why it keeps circling around. So there's so many layers to this thing, but what I feel is happening is they're going to scapegoat I'm not saying Trump isn't responsible for things, but they're scapegoating Trump. This is where I agree with the so-called right to an extent. We need a pound of flesh. We need something that when action is taken, the powers that be can say, we did it, folks. We got them. And the real thing is, after you get rid of Trump, you have not gotten rid of the real problem. Trump just stirred up the mess that was already sitting there and gave it energy and gave it an outlet.